happened and just offered to the bishop.
Let's see the end of that game, yes.
Sure.
Knight takes b6 is the correct move, but this move here.
So queen c4, a hallucination that after queen c4 there would be this checkmate in 2. Trying to deflect the queen, unfortunately. You have to actually capture it first to be able to make that checkmate.
But Magnus played queen c4, knight f8 so quickly. It's hard to imagine that he didn't see this. He didn't stop and go, oh no.
He pointed to the queen after the game. That's why I was confused.
Maybe he forgot
Didn't you?
And Wesley So joining us,
I
just
like
chimed in with
drawing all day long, because it's going to have a negative effect when you lose, and that has created imbalance. And I like that about this, as this game about to start, has started, in fact.
Game 3
That's
in
right.
the rapid chess match between Magnus and Ding.
We're seeing another Ruy Lopez.
A repeat.
And no Berlin.
And after bishop d2, d3 was Magnus's choice in their first game. It's also his choice in game 3, as the players are repeating their exact line. And again, in match play, when you're black, you come to the match and say, okay, if my opponent plays e4, this is my main defense. And until you break me down, I'm not backing away. I'm going to maintain my main defense, and that's what we're seeing in this match as it unfolds. And I'm just looking at b1 to c2 by the world champion as he aimed.
to a peak for white, and he decided he needed to go for something. And in chess, I tell my students all the time, chess is about the pawn breaks you have. You have to pay attention to your critical pawn breaks in the position. And Magnus, just a couple of moves ago, he had put pieces on what seemed to him to be maximal squares, and then he decided he needed a pawn break, and he played it. Now you see the move King H1, but let us first take that Magnus has anything concrete, but he'll be cooking. As you know, Magnus is a maestro chef at the chessboard, and he'll be looking for some ideas, but Liren has proven himself to be quite capable in the first 2 games so far.
And
after that move, F4 and King H1, you were saying this, white has this great knight posted up on the center square in the middle of the board, knight d5. Well, I think...
Look at what happened with this knight. Remember earlier, there was...
two knights for both sides. It looks like this bishop on d8 is a good block.
Well, earlier there was a pawn on d6, or a knight on f3 was, and there was a pawns on d6 and h6, or a knight on f3 was not super effective, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot has changed.
Kudos to Magnus. This was the critical moment in the game, by the way. When Magnus played the Magnus, and
bishop
now
to G.
Liren is in trouble as he played bishop to b6, trying to deflect the queen and guarding the a7 square, and Magnus instantly seeing the move knight to d7, now setting up knight f6.
Whoa.
Mate in 2, and the bishop is hanging. Magnus, wow, showing his skills.
As well as knight f8.
So bishop d8 stopping knight f6 is going to allow knight f8. Ooh, that's a nasty
Knight
one.
f8 followed by knight g6, folled by a rook. Queen dropping
f7
back to f7.
But that seems to leave the bishop hanging high and dry on the b6 square.
You still can't move the queen away from the f1 square.
No.
Queen takes is a blunder, but knight takes seems as though it should do the job, although it displaces his piece momentarily.
I don't see
Knight
the
takes,
counterplay.
Knight takes b6, rook takes d4,
d4.
but then the queen can come back home.
Something like queen f1, queen a8, just covering.
He missed the win and has to settle for a draw. He's returned the favor.
What
he
happened?
thinks he didn't realize the
that knight f6.
Yeah, knight f6.
And
There's no rook
g8
g8 mate.
is not
Yeah,
mate.
he hallucinated that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just to help our audience here.
Yeah, that's what I hallucinated.
Sure. Magnus, when he played the move queen c4 on f8, I think they're laughing because I think both of them are realizing they bluffed one another there. I mean, there was some bluffing going on when he played this move, queen f7, and just offered to the bishop.
Let's see the end of that game, yeah.
Sure.
Knight takes b6 is the correct move, but this move here.
So queen c4, a hallucination that after queen c4 there would be this checkmate in 2. Trying to deflect the queen, unfortunately. You have to actually capture it first to be able to make that checkmate.
But Magnus played queen c4, knight f8 so quickly. It's hard to imagine that he didn't see
weird.
this. He didn't stop and go, oh no.
He pointed to the queen after the game. That's why I was confused.
Maybe he forgot
Didn't you?
And Wesley So joining us
I
just
feel like he
chimed
played-
in with